We now interrupt your regular scheduled programming for the following sports special on the PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association for the private use of our audience. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other disseminations or the use of this broadcast, descriptions, or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show. It's brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. For over 51 years, it is the proud sponsor of the PCSRA Weekly Show. The PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast is also brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, with the call of today's PCSRA Weekly Show from the Blue Hedgehog Studios in War Acres, Oklahoma, here is your host, the voice of the PCSRA, Daniel Voiles.
And hello and good afternoon from our PCSRA studios, where it is so freaking hot outside I cannot tell you how bad it is. Welcome to the PCSRA Weekly Show here on the PCSRA Radio Network, the Blue Hedgehog TV, and on your mobile device with the iHeartRadio app. Daniel Voiles here in our PCSRA studios. Brad Lewis back in our LA studios as we get you ready for another edition of the PCSRA Weekly Show here on the PCSRA Radio Network. Glad to be here on this special Monday edition. We are going into this knowing that this has been one of those one of these shows that's we've seen some good stuff, but we've seen some craziness, and it's kind of been one of those little question mark deals, if you ask me, as far as the weekly show is concerned. So, you know, it was a very interesting weekend, to say the least, because I just don't. Whoops! I just hit the wrong button. Hang on one second. I need to fix that so I can hear the. Damn it! I did it again. There we go. That way, everything is taken care of as far as that situation is concerned. So, before I send the, before I tell the panelists we are live for the week, actually, let me rephrase that. Let me tell everybody live. We are live, but alright, I've just told everybody wait for a signal to go live. And yeah. So, yeah, let me just break down what we got for today's agenda for the weekly show. Today's episode of the PCSRA Weekly Show, we're going to recap the Bristol and Pocono weekend, which saw some very interesting racing, as I almost hit the wrong button. We'll take you through the breaking news stories between now and then. We'll talk about David Reagan's retirement. That really put a big shocker to the whole system as far as that's concerned. We also are going to talk about some silly season news and notes around NASCAR and F1 regarding that concern. Then we'll take you through the news and notes in today's NR report. There is a race that took place over the weekend in San Antonio. We'll address that carefully. We'll have some other sports news, if any. We'll also debate on whether or not Pocono should be dropped from the IndyCar schedule. And then we will look ahead to VIR. IMSA is back after after their off weeks. Ben for the V8 Supercars, which I'll need to check how many races are. DTM at the Euro Speedway, which is the Loster Ring, but Euro Speedway. Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, the second race of the first round for the Truck Series. And the Road America race weekend for the Xfinity Series, and then we will make our predictions. So, before we get to any of that, let me explain why I'm over here in the NIRA server. If you remember from yesterday's stream, I talked about I was supposed to talk to Elijah, but for whatever reason, Discord did not allow me to chat with Elijah. So I'm not sure what the situation is regarding that situation. But if there's one person to blame, you can blame Discord if you want to. So there you go. So let me see if the panelists have followed my request. Apparently they have not joined. I told them it's a day early. So yeah. So let me see what's going on this. Yeah, and I get a notification from you too. Oh, hey, you're live. It's like, seriously? Since when did that become a damn thing? Alright, let me get rid of a few things here. Let me go ahead. Actually, let me just go to the weekly show, and then I'll come back to the I'll come back to the NIRA chat when I have time. Okay. I'm just telling everybody we are live. So, yeah. Alright. Since I do not have anybody in the, since I don't have any member coming into the server, I'll introduce them if they come in. But for right now, why don't we... Oh, which reminds me, I need to do this. 1 second. See, this is what happens when I don't come prepared. Well, I mean, I was prepared in the weekly show, but or the Great Lakes server, but need to put this in the NIRA because I need to let Elijah know something important when he gets a chance. And let me make sure there's somebody in here. Nope, I'm by myself. And yeah, my dad's talking to my mother. Hopefully you guys had an amazing weekend. Hopefully you guys are doing wonderful. And so, yeah. A couple of corporate sponsors I want to thank for the 2019 edition of the Weekly Show. Today's Weekly Show episode, by the way, is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage is with you every step of the way. Proud sponsor of the PCSRA Weekly Show. And there's the answer to your question, Stapleton. Let me tell Stapleton. I mean, I'm just gonna ping Stapleton and tell him. Alright, so... yeah. Partis Racing, which, by the way, I'm gonna have to say, I really like that scheme. That number font really looks weird. Let me tell everybody in the Victory in Jesus chat. Alright, just told Stapleton. Let me ping everybody and tell everybody you can go ahead and join. Few other things I want to address. Okay. So, before we start today's weekly show, let's first pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves. This is the PCSRA Radio Network and the Blue Hedgehog TV. As this is Blue Hedgehog FM and Blue Hedgehog HD Oklahoma City, Blue Hedgehog Radio Network, a product of the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association. Vote the Blue Hedgehog your greatest announcer in sports. Okay, so it's like a family-owned team. Okay. I just told Stapleton. Stapleton said okay. Which actually, I'm gonna just say this. I really like this scheme, to be quite honest with you. And yes, we're gonna get to one person in a second who just joined the weekly show. I'll introduce him in a second. Alright, let's go ahead and introduce the only panelist in the weekly show. Joining me for the PCSRA weekly show is Zachary Taylor, who's gonna hit Cody, Smart, and Ormy.
One, two, 3, 4, Cody
I have to tell you, that is like the best introduction you had to come up with. And I guess you... Wait, Taylor.
What?
So you're telling me Cody and Orman were pouring chocolate sauce on each other to impress women. Is that what you're telling me? Oh boy. Are you gonna put in the Norlo roasting chat?
No, I'm gonna do one more quick song here before we get back to the show.
Oh my god. Seriously, Taylor needs to make a rock band and then smacks Cody with a drum.
You know what? I will accept that.
No, that's not Kyle, Matt DeBenedetto, Bush, Kev Shearer in the Victory in Jesus chat, you derping grandpa.
What on earth
What?
is he doing?
Look at what he just said in the Victory in Jesus chat just now.
What?
Remember what I said that remember what I said that NASCAR.com dirt? Well, there you go. It said Kyle Busch is running Road America when it's Matt DeBenedetto. So, nice job, NASCAR.com, you derping grandpa. You get a dirt point from all of us. Okay, to answer your question, Taylor, is Partis Racing is what the 43 team is called.
Oh. Interesting.
Kind of like a family-owned team, if you ask me.
Who's driving the car?
Preston. Dan Partis' son. Which, if anybody didn't know, do you know Dan Partis? He used to be a driver in the Xfinity Series.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, because his son is a former champion in Spec Miata. Oh, and real quickly, let me put something funny in the Norlo roasting chat, and Taylor needs to get accepted. Ready?
What are you gonna do?
It's a Josie roast.
Cody! Oh, yeah!
It's a Josie roast.
No, what you did yesterday, you jerk! Oh, yeah!
Taylor better not look at what I just did to Joseph. There you go.
That I will accept.
I can't believe you accepted your own roast on Facebook, you derping grandpa.
Technically I didn't because I did not say accepted. So.
Well, you like David's comment, so.
Well, I always do that, so.
I guess you hide Cody Smart's girlfriend away.
Wait, what? You just gave me an idea.
Oh, yes, we have already started the rant. Whoops.
Okay.
I just said whoops, I didn't say anything else.
I am going to do something.
Are you gonna put in the roasting? Which chat are you gonna put in?
I'm gonna do it in Cody's chat.
Oh boy, I better get accepted ready.
I am going to do something.
Are you gonna roast Cody is what you're gonna do?
You'll see what I'm gonna do.
Oh.
I got one.
Oh, Joyland. I've already got accepted ready, so go ahead. Accepted! Cody. Taylor?
I got my not accepted now.
Alright, let's go. Oh,
We're good.
Joyland. Alright, since Taylor's the only panelist in here, we're going to go ahead and get this party started on a Monday edition of the weekly show. Let's recap first the Bristol weekend, if you know what I mean. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Was Cody choking on nuts before you came into this call, or no?
I think Cody was.
I guess he was nutting his girlfriend right now.
Accepted!
Cody, accept it. Anyway, let's kick off the weekly show, recapping the Truck Series race here at Bristol. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see the Bristol weekend because I had to work. But I'll explain how it all went down for the entire weekend. When the race did get going, first incident, we had an incident with Jesse Little, the 12 of Gustine, Jordan Anderson, and Sheldon Creed. I think they all got together. Jesse Little had some heavy damage. Unfortunately, he had to retire from the race, so that was a shame. Nothing else happened in stage 1. Ross Chastain ended up winning that stage, got a valuable playoff point that will help him later in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Then Angelica Ruck, coming off turn number 4, got loose. I think she ended up spinning. I don't know if she made contact with somebody, is what sent her around or what, but whatever the case, she spun on the front stretch, didn't hit anything, continued on. She was, I think she did crash. I don't know. Let me check. Yeah, she did crash. Her night was over, so that sucks. Then John Hunter Nemechek and Johnny Sauter had a collision coming down the front straightaway. John Hunter Nemechek got loose coming off turn 4. What?
Cody's online.
Oh no. John Hunter Nemechek tried to save it, got Johnny Sauter in the door. Some very heavy damage on the 8 truck. His night was over. Stage 2 was, the rest of stage 2 was calm. That was won by Brett Moffitt. Then, Tyler Dipple, Dylan Lupton, the 30 of Brendan Poole, and the 56 of Timmy Hill all got together off turn 2. The 30 and the 56, which we'll explain this in a sec later on after we go through the results. Of course, they got together and drivers had nowhere to go. Then Natalie Decker spun in turn number 3. And then one of the strangest deal is that the safety truck was not too happy about Natalie Decker for whatever reason. And the safety truck spun Natalie Decker, forcing her to park, which was probably one of the craziest incidents I've seen in my time covering the sport. Taylor would absolutely agree. Then Stuart Friesen and Matt Crafton made contact. Friesen went into the wall, but he continued on. Then Jennifer Jo Cobb and the 99 of Ben Rhodes got together on the back straightaway. Then Chastain, the 46 of Rafael Lazard, and the 52 of Friesen had an incident in turn 4. Then Decker, Dean, and Tyler Dipple got together. Like I said, that caused the red flag for 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Then the final yellow, Ben Rhodes and the 21 of Sam Meyer got together. Meyer went in the wall, cut a tire down. He was having such a great race so far, which led the race to have a late race restart. And at the end of the day, it was Brett Moffitt who not only gets another win, but did the most important thing ever. Locked himself a spot into the next round of the playoffs, regardless what happens at CTMP and Las Vegas. So the top 10 results for the Truck Series race was as follows. Playoff contender Brett Moffitt, the winner. He's moving on to the next round. Chandler Smith, so close to his first win of the season. He'll settle for second, but a nice run nevertheless. Playoff contenders round out the top 5 with Ross Chastain leading that brigade home in third. Stuart Friesen in fourth. Grant Enfinger fifth. Sheldon Creed, another good result in sixth. Matt Crafton finished in seventh. Ben Rhodes 8th, Todd Gilliland 9th, Austin Hill completes the top 10. Johnny Sauter finished 11th, Tyler Ankrum 20th. So the bottom 2 drivers are Johnny Sauter and Tyler Ankrum, I believe. Let me confirm that. Let me confirm the playoff standings, if you guys don't mind. Let me confirm that. You can go away. I don't want a cookie right now. I'll get a cookie later from my son, Blue Junior. Let me confirm those are the 2 in the bottom. No, it's Austin Hill and Tyler Ankrum. Those are the 2 drivers in the bottom 2. Okay. Just to make sure that was a confirmation. So, got that confirmation taken care of. So, moving over to the NASCAR Xfinity Series for the Food City 300. Again, I didn't see the Xfinity race because I had a closed door Friday night. But I'll explain how the race went down. Early in the going, Mason Diaz apparently cut a right front tire down very early in the race. Unfortunately, his race was already done 3 laps in. That was a shame for that 68 team, which that was actually going to be Brandon Brown's car for Indianapolis, if you guys didn't know that in the Victory in Jesus chat. Then the craziest incident is that they were coming up to Matt Mills. Cole Custer got shoved in the wall by Matt Mills, lost control, collected Christopher Bell. Both of them went around. Bell got drilled by Eric Jones and Joey Logano. Unfortunately for Joey Logano and Eric Jones, they were done for the day. That was like 2 Cup drivers out of the race just like that. Cole Custer and Christopher Bell, I believe, continue. Yes, they did continue on. So that's one way to take 2 Cup drivers out. Hi, Great Lakes. How are you? I put out an announcement, Great Lakes. If you saw, on the sends, if anybody wants to join the weekly show today, please DM me, and then I can update your rules as far as that's concerned, or I can have one of the admins update the rules for you. So, yeah. Then we had the 23 of John Hunter Nemechek's spin, coming off turn number 2, in turn 2. Then debris came off the 70. Oh, actually we had debris in turn 2. Tyler Reddick ended the stage early after he spun coming off turn 4. And gave the stage win over to Brandon Jones. Okay. I didn't know if you've seen it or not. Then the 90 of Ronnie Bassett Jr. Had one of the strangest deal. He apparently lost control of his car as... Oh, Taylor better not look at the PCSRA roasting chat what David just did.
If it's fine, I think it is. I saw it already.
Okay. And you said not accept it, so I know that. Looked like the 90 broke a... I think he broke a... Had the left rear tire come off, like something, like a suspension part broke. Hit the wall. Or actually, yeah, he went in the wall and then hit the barrels. That brought out a 5-minute red flag. Stage 2 was calm, which was won by Kyle Busch, only to have an engine failure ruin his night, which went kaboom. So Kyle Busch went to the garage after Stage 2. So that was all the Cup drivers out of the race, which made the race very good. Michael Annett apparently cut a tire down coming off turn number, going through 1 and 2, which that sucked for him. Then there was fluid coming out from Ryan Sieg's car, which apparently, I don't know if he had an engine failure. Actually, he was involved in an accident, but fluid was dropping from his car. That was pretty not good, if you ask me, which sucks because Joseph and Zachary Lombard were at that Bristol weekend. In fact, they were all there for the entire weekend, so... but at the end of the day, Tyler Reddick, who ended up going 2 laps down because he failed, but at the end of the day, Tyler Reddick, who had to start, who ended up going 2 laps down, due to the fact he failed inspection 4 times, had his car chief ejected. Had to serve a pass-through penalty, came storming back from worst to first, and took home. Yeah, every YouTuber was at Bristol. Black Flag Matter, Eric Estep, etc. And Tyler Reddick took home the win at Bristol for the Xfinity Series race. Which, funny thing I want to point out, his Tame the Beast scheme is now in the Cup Series, is in NASCAR Heat 4 for the Cup Series, if you didn't know that. Which is the 31, which I really like it, so, yeah. So the top 10 results for the Xfinity race is Tyler Reddick, another one of the big 3 drivers, 1. Chase Briscoe, 2nd. John Hunter Nemechek, 3rd. Jeremy Clements, shout out to him in 4th place, nice run. Austin Cindric's been getting some good finishes in the past couple of weeks in 5th. Shout outs to Gray Golding and Timmy Hill, 6th and 7th. Also, for Timmy Hill, that is MBM Motorsports' best finish in the Xfinity Series. Hooray for them. Good job for those guys there. Justin Allgaier 8th, Michael Annett 9th, and Landon Castle, who only qualified the car because Ross Chastain was practicing his car. Castle only got to qualify and race and comes away in 10th place. Let me give a few shout outs here. Brandon Brown, 12th. Nice run for him. Shane Lee, 13th. Because Shane Lee will not be at Road America. They will be at Darlington, so yay. Ray Black, 15th. Nice run. Matt Mills, 18th. Stephen Light, 19th. Joey Gase, 20th. Some of these drivers who we didn't expect to have good runs had a good... really need those good runs. Some big names like Christopher Bell just had a struggling day. Cole Custer had a pretty bad race. Yeah, some of the big names really just struggled, if you ask me. Then we go to the Cup race for the Bass Pro Shops NRA night race. Even though I didn't watch that because I had to work, but I'll explain how it went down, like I said before. We started to get into a long run, and then Austin Dillon cut a right front tire down. Jimmy Johnson had nowhere to go. Denny Hamlin got a small piece of that, but all 3 drivers did continue on. Nothing really else happened in Stage 1. That was won by Kyle Larson, who was driving the Credit One Bank scheme, so yay. Then Eric Almirola got Eric Almirola and the 54 got together, which was J.J. Yaley.
Somebody here, I think.
Do what?
I think somebody joined.
Who joined? Nope, nobody joined.
No.
I think
it was you over there moving
I think it was Cody who was humping his girlfriend is what he was doing. Cody Smart accepted. Yeah, Cody Smart was humping on a girl. Cody accepted. Anyway, I believe those 2 continued on, the 10 and the 54. Then the 10 and the 51, incident turn 1. That was not a surprise there, if you ask me. Then Clint Boyer spun coming off turn 2, which really sucked. Bowyer having one of his worst seasons, if you ask me. Nothing else happened in Stage 2. Kurt Busch won Stage 2. Then Joey Logano, William Byron, Alex Bowman got together. Bowman actually cut a tire down. Logano decided to say, I gotta be a girly ARCA brakes and run into Bowman. Byron got a small piece of that. And then we had the big one. Front row motorsports cars caused a wreck. Got Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ryan Blaney, and Jimmy Johnson. Cliff Bowyer, a.k.a. God. Oh, good Lord. Those guys, the 34 and the 38, had some very heavy damage. They were done for the day. Josh Bilicki had fatigue. Like, since when do you go out of the race for a fatigue, Taylor?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah. And then the rest of the race, we were all thinking Matt DiBenedetto was going to win. But Ryan Newman, who wouldn't get the heck out of the way, held up Matt DiBenedetto. Denny Hamlin had a head of steam. And when it was all said and done, Denny Hamlin took home the night race at Bristol. But you got to feel bad for Matt DiBenedetto. But either way, he was happy with how he finished in the top 10. In the top 10, if you ask me. So the top 10 results for the Cup Series race. Yeah, everybody died except Hamlin and DiBenedetto. So Denny Hamlin wins. That's the top 10 results for Cup. Matt DiBenedetto, regardless, he got second. That's not a bad result for him. Brad Keselowski third. Kyle Busch fourth. Chase Elliott fifth. Kyle Larson sixth. Clint Bowyer 7th, Daniel Suarez 8th, Kurt Busch 9th, and Ryan Blaney completed the top 10. Then we go to the controversy. Yes, you heard it right out of my mouth, folks. The controversy that we've been all talking about on Twitter, the IndyCar race at Pocono. Yes. NASCAR was like kind of calm. This one was so controversy. I'm going to explain it why I say that. First incident. Takuma Sato, who was driving like a madman, decided to say, oh, let's go 3 wide on the first lap. Yeah, good freaking luck with that. Got together with James Hinchcliffe and Alexander Rossi. Took all 3 cars in the wall. Collected Felix Rosenquist, who ended up with the most scariest wreck of the year. Car hit the wall, goes out on top of the catch fence. Thankfully, the car came back down. Almost had a, who am I thinking of, Taylor, from last year, who had that scary wreck? Yeah, Wickens. Almost had a Wickens. We almost pulled a Wickens, too. Thankfully, it didn't happen. All the drivers are okay. The red flag came out. Yeah. It was so stupid. 30 car, by the way, was under investigation by the stewards. Yeah, unlike last year. Then, another incident happened was that Hinchcliffe, Hunter Ray, and Rossi were slapped with a 10-lap penalty for working under the red flag. Spencer Pickett lost control of his car. He crashed in turn 1. Colton Herta lost control of his car, crashed in turn 2 on lap 74. Or lap 72. Ended both of their days. And then weather came into play. Yeah. Yes, I did. Weather came into play. The race was already past the halfway mark, which meant the race was official. Lightning was in the area for the grandstands, and Will Power, doing the rain dance, ended up winning the ABC Supply 500 at Pocono Raceway, and what might have been the last IndyCar race at Pocono Raceway. So, yeah. So the top 10 results for the IndyCar Series goes as follows. Will Power wins, Scott Dixon second, Simon Pagenaud third, Santino Ferrucci, who, let me remind everybody that I think we kind of underestimate. Let me tell Elijah. Let me tell Elijah something. But Santina Ferrucci underestimated him in fourth. Points leader Joseph New. Everybody got. Alright, so Mr. Taylor, I turn to you, my friend. I want your thoughts on the Bristol and Pocono weekend.
Okay. Oh man. Well, as far as the IndyCar race goes, no doubt that wreck was pretty scary.
Okay, continue. Hi, Elijah.
But,
Oh, Mike's spazzing out? Sorry. Go ahead, Taylor.
Nigga Taylor. Nice only accepted. But Bristol was pretty wild and crazy. A lot of short track style racing happened, and but you just got to feel for Matt Benedetto, man. He was so close to getting that win, and either way, even though he did not win the race, he still had a really good run, and it was great to see him up front leading laps and being competitive, and he had a great run. I would have loved to have seen Matt win that race, no doubt, but he had a great run though.
Alright, Nathan Orman, I turn to you and I ask you, what did you think about, what's your thoughts on the Bristol and Pocono weekend?
Bristol, amazing as always. IndyCar at Pocono does not sit well with the fans. 2 years in a row, we have a scary wreck of a weekend. This year, Felix Rosenquist. Probably next year, IndyCar should remove Pocono from the schedule due to safety concerns.
Well, I did hear somebody said there was a report that it was going to get dropped from the calendar next year, but I think, and to go to Taylor's point, I hate seeing accidents at Pocono, especially for IndyCar, because NASCAR hasn't had any issues with Pocono Raceway as far as that is concerned. But if you look at IndyCar's perspective, they've had, last year, as you mentioned, Robert Wickens, who's still out with an injury. Felix Rosenquist this year, but Rosenquist, it could have been a lot worse for Felix Rosenquist, for the former Formula E driver. It could have been a lot worse than what it could have been. But, yes. Felix Rosenquist said this on Twitter yesterday. Just got cleared from the hospital. Definitely feel lucky escaping without any serious injury after visiting the catch fence there. Good to see Scott Dixon back in the championship hunt. On to Gateway next week. Hashtag NTT Data Racing. Hashtag Pocono. I'm just glad to see him okay. But, yeah. as far as Bristol is concerned, excuse me, you know, Matt DiBenedetto, I think, drove the race of his life. I think he was driving for his job, and he went out there and just showed everybody that he can get it done. If only Ryan Newman would have just let him go, you know, he could have pulled off one of the biggest upsets in NASCAR history. Could have been one of the biggest surprise. I'm going to check in a second, Great Lakes. But, you know, he deserves driver of the day because he really drove a very good race, if you ask me. So, who would be your driver of the day based off Bristol for Trucks Xfinity Cup, and your driver of the day for IndyCar? Taylor, I'll start with you.
Truck race? Ooh, I'll say Brett Moffitt, the Xfinity race driver of the day. Ooh.
That's a toughie.
I'll say Christopher Bell just because he been struggling and got a decent run, so I'll say Christopher Bell. But for the Cup race, I think it's going to kind of pick. I got to go with Matt DiBenedetto, but I will give an honorable mention to Daniel Hemrick. He was up there towards the top 10 as well, so I'll give an honorable mention to Daniel Hemrick, but DiBenedetto is my driver of the day.
Nathan Orman.
Hey, trucks. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna go with Taylor. Say Moffitt. Xfinity. I would give it to Tyler Reddick. The Cup, Matt DiBenedetto.
And for Pocono, Taylor, who would be your driver of the day for Pocono?
You know what? I'm going to take Scott Dixon.
Nathan Orman, your driver of the day from Pocono.
Hands down, my driver of the day, Scott Dixon.
Alright, my driver of the day for Trucks.
Taylor's glad we hit the butt cheeks.
My driver of the day, I'm actually going to give a shout out to Parker Kligerman, who finished 13th, who had a very clean race. Parker Kligerman is my driver today for Trucks. Xfinity, I'm going to give it to Timmy Hill in that 61 team. I mean, look at where he finished compared to where he started. That is a very good run for that 61 team in their first race of the season, if you ask me. Oh, nice. But for Cup, I cannot disagree with you guys. I'm going to go with Matt DiBenedetto. I really felt like... Hi, Alex. I really felt like Matt DiBenedetto should have won that race. And we would have said the biggest upset in the entire world went to Matt DiBenedetto in that team. IndyCar, I'm actually going to disagree with you guys. I'm going to say Santino Ferrucci is the driver of the day. I really think we all underestimated him as far as the ovals are concerned. You know, I mean, he really just drove a good race. I mean, last year we were all hard on him for what happened in Silverstone. This year he really is showing guys and said, look, I know what happened at Silverstone with me and Arjan is behind me. I really think, you know, I really am just showing everybody that I can drive a race car, and he's really doing that. I mean, not only that, him, Marcus Ericsson, Felix Rosenqvist, you know, Colton Herta, 4 rookies who I think are having a very good season. And if I am not mistaken, Rosenqvist is 9th in the standings, Colton Herta is 13th, Santino's 12th, Ericsson is 15th. So the rookie battle is kind of on, if you ask me, as far as the IndyCar situation is concerned. Alright, let's get to the big news. Let's get to the top story news. Let's first begin with the headline from this past week. Dale Jr. was involved in a plane crash, which really was scary. Thankfully, he was okay. I was really surprised he's okay. That's the good news. We were all thinking about him, if you know what I mean. Former NASCAR driver Scott Speed, unfortunately, was taken to a hospital. He broke 3 vertebrae in his back, and he's probably going to have surgery. So we want to send prayers to Scott Dixon.
You mean Scott Speed?
Or Scott Speed. Gosh dang it. Matt Kenseth will actually be at Road America this weekend because he's going to be the Grand Marshal for the C-Tech Manufacturing 180 at Road America, the track I was at back in May. So that's good news there. Tire changer Daniel Smith had to miss the Cup race at Bristol. He had surgery as part of his treatment for cancer. He is expected to be back next month, so which means he'll have to miss 4 to 6 weeks. So he won't be back until either before or after the first round of the playoffs, if you know what I mean. Bailey Curry, next topic I want to discuss, was suspended indefinitely by NASCAR for violating NASCAR substance abuse policy. And yeah. So this is what he said. This is what Bailey Curry said on Twitter, quote, "This weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway, NASCAR informed me that I failed a random drug test administered last week. I spoke with NASCAR's doctor where he explained that I had DMAA." Oh, cool. Which is 2-Amos 5-methyl in my system. I take a pre-workout supplement, Juggernaut Irate, and this ingredient is indeed in the supplement. I was obviously not aware that I was violating NASCAR's substance abuse policy. I have immediately asked NASCAR to enter me in the road recovery program where I will gain more knowledge about such banned substance, and I will fully cooperate with NASCAR's direction and advice. I have worked very hard for a lifetime to reach this level, and I'm entirely grateful to be afforded the privilege to compete in the sport that I love. I want to publicly apologize to my owner, Rick and Lisa Ware, all the employees of Rick Roy Racing, my sponsors, NASCAR, and most importantly, the fans. My lack of knowledge is no excuse for this to happen. I will expediently complete the process, and I will strive to have my suspension lifted as soon as possible, end quote. For a person that's 22 years old, you know, do you guys feel bad for Bailey Curry, but at the same time, do you think he learned a lesson after failing that, after being suspended for violating the substance abuse policy?
He's a very young driver.
He's 22 years old, if you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, so, obviously it, sucks for him, that happened, and, I would, kind of say 50-50 to your question. You feel bad for him, but also, at the same time, I think, he's going to learn a lesson from this, and hopefully at some point he can come back and return to NASCAR at some point. If he can come back and get a good ride, I think he would be a pretty good race car driver.
Yeah, and again, he's a young driver. 22 years old. He's still young, so he's still developing. I think he still has a great future in the sport. It sucks that, he got suspended for violating the substance abuse policy, but, he admitted it was a mistake. He admitted that, he's sorry, which we should all support him, and we'll make sure that we'll all support him in the future as he works on getting back and getting his suspension lifted as far as that is concerned. Next topic. I put this out yesterday in the NIRA server. This is what Eric McClure had to say, former NASCAR driver. Final weekend update. I'm trying to not saturate your feeds with my posts, but some keep asking. I had another diatrist treatment this morning just to pull fluid. 8 liters in 2 days. Dang. I continue to be swollen in places, but it's not nearly as bad, and my blood work shows while it's still in failure, it might be slowing down. Therapy came and still can't use the walker because of my arms, but managed to walk 150 steps. I had to stop and rest part of the way through it. I can't stand up straight or be on my feet without support, and only for a few moments, and there's still numbness and heavy pins and needles, and my leg muscles still aren't exactly what they're supposed to do. But it was still successful. They also let me sit in a recliner for a bit. Good visit with Pastor and James from church. In summary, describing everything that's going on and how far there is to go. I feel better than I have since I've been here. Thanks so much to everyone for the prayers, visits, texts, and calls. And my parents are so wonderful. Please remember them all. Love to all, Eric McClure. All thinking about Eric McClure as far as that is concerned. So, yeah. Alright. Let me put this in the, I need to put this in Great Lakes' server. Which, by the way, if you guys want to join Great Lakes server, I will probably need to message Great Lakes, send me the link, and I'll put it in the NIRA if it's already there. You can join because it's in the PCSRA server. So, alright, next topic. What did you do, Taylor? Were you trying to aim after Cody Smart, who was running naked in college, Taylor? Is that what you're telling us? Alright. Let's talk about the biggest news. David Reagan announced he is going to retire from competition. What? Sorry. Hang on 1 second. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Orman. And Orman's too busy looking at Coca-Cola One for whatever reason. Orman, are you looking at your Coca-Cola wife for some reason?
What? You just gave me an idea.
Oh no, what are you gonna do? Is it the NIRE chat?
Hold on, I'm gonna do this.
Okay, I will hold on to Blue Junior so that way he can poke Orman in the nose. Oh no. Accepted!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no, Orby better not look at the Norlo roasting chat.
Yeah.
He's gonna say, Taylor? Oh, saw that coming. Too late, Orby. You accepted, in the words of David Heller. Whoops.
Taylor, you cheated. Accept it.
You cheated on your wife?
No. The only person that would be cheating right now would be Cody Smart in college, and Cody accepted.
Wait. Not accepted?
What'd you say, Taylor?
Okay, so Boyle, what you're telling me is that all three of us tied up Princess Jasmine Smart. Okay.
Accepted!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Taylor. I knew that was gonna happen. Alright. Let's go through some news and notes in today's NR report. Mr. Nathan Orman. Unfortunately, you had to start at the back, but at least you made the race. But unfortunately, wrong place at the wrong time. Tell everybody what you thought about your first FARC race at San Antonio.
It's been amazing. First race at Remembrance Field, and it was I had a good race going until the one accident I got caught up in and ruined my day. But unfortunately, that was not the good day that I needed. But anyways, a 26th place finish in my first race in FARC was pretty amazing, if you tell me. And hopefully that will my season will keep up.
Yeah, funny thing for Orman is that what Orman doesn't know is that the first race was double points. If Orman was not aware. Oh yeah. Oh cool, I can't wait for that, Great Lakes. Also, not only Nathan Orman's running in the TM Master Cup Series, I will also be racing at Remembrance Field. Yes, dear? Okay, just checking. I'll be racing at Remembrance Field. I thought mom needed something, but we're fine. But I'll be racing at Remembrance Field for the ASCC because I'm also at San Antonio for that race weekend. Not sure when that race will come out. And also the
TM Master Cup Series.
Yeah, which is coming up.
Yeah. It's going to be also my first race.
Yeah, your first race. By the way, I had to ask Sign On if this sponsor. I know some people are going to look at me and say, "Well, that was a weird sponsor, Voiles." If you don't know for a sponsor, which is Fernando's Chicken, that used to sponsor Tom Delgado Racing in FARC in 2012. If you didn't know that. Put some paint schemes out. Yeah. To all of you guys, if you guys don't know this, I am an... Wait, what? Yeah, and that's for Pardis Racing, if you didn't hear that. You know, because for those of you that don't know, Dan Pardis used to run in the Xfinity Series. His son is a Spec Miata champion, as looks like we have Taylor's Horny's dogs barking up.
That's horny.
Accepted. Dan Pardis' son will make his Xfinity debut. His son is racing in Spec Miata, because they run the number 42 or something like that. But scheme looks very nice, if you ask me. because he's an SCCA driver, and I'm also a member of SCCA, if all of you don't know that. So I know a little bit about Pardis, if you know what I mean. Plus, let me tell you guys a little did you know. Did you know I met one of the former Fox Sports members in the booth? You know the name Dorsey Schrader? Did you know I met him in person at the runoffs at Topeka in 2008?
Oh.
Yeah, in person. I even had him sign my autograph. How cool was that? Yeah. That's nice meeting Dorsey Schrader in person and having him sign my autograph. So. Also, other few news. Garrett Smithley will be driving the number 4 car at the Charlotte Roval in the Xfinity Series. So, that's good. Good to see him there. Anything else? Do we have any other any sports news? Army? Or are we too busy just watching Cody Smart get banged up by a girl that wants his boobs? Accepted. Cody Smart approved.
And accepted.
Wait, Taylor. So Cody accepted his wife. Is that what you're telling me?
Accepted.
Also, a few other notes to point out. Craig Lowndes will be back for the Enduros.
Hey.
With Jamie Wincup, and the 888 will be back. How about that, Daryl? Let me see how many. What happened, Taylor?
Nothing.
Oh, I need to get supercars. I'll edit the picks. Give me I'll do that after we go through the prediction standings. Oh God. All right. I don't want to tell you. Anyway, are you guys ready for some road course racing? Because that's what our next 5 events we're about to preview. So, yeah, we have... Okay, this is like... Okay, I'm going to say this, folks. This is road course. We're going to preview the second race of the first round for the Truck Series. They're at Canadian Tire. Road America for the Xfinity Series. We have the Euro Speedway for DTM. VIR for IMSA. Yes, the IMSA guys and gals. And then we're at Bend for the V8 Supercars. V8 Supercars are finally back. So let's kick off with... Let's start with some NASCAR, and then we'll get to our global stuff. So we're going from Bristol Motor Speedway, which is the last great Coliseum, to... Let's first start with Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Now, it was the first race of the playoffs last year. It's now the second race of the playoffs, now that Bristol hosted the playoffs. If you're the drivers that are 7th and 8th in the cut line, you need to get a good performance. But remember, we saw what happened last year, where teammates were trying to go for the win. Justin Haley came out of nowhere, who was running 3rd, won the race, made it to the next round. Do you think, guys, we're going to see the same thing at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park this year, or do you think it's going to be totally different?
I think we repeat of that. Canadian Tire has had some pretty wild and crazy beating and banging finishes in the Truck Series for the past couple of years, so I think we're probably going to see a repeat of that once the race is on the final couple of laps. And Canadian Tire's been pretty interesting for the trucks, so I would expect we're going to see a pretty good race.
All right, Nathan Orman, what do you think we'll see at Canadian Tire if last year's race was any indication?
Racing.
Oh, yeah. So let's...
Canada.
Yep. Oh, Canada. Also, in addition to the Truck Series race, I believe the Pinty Series is racing at Canadian Tire. Let me get a confirmation. because Pinty Series run 2 races at Canadian Tire. If you guys don't follow the Pinty Series, let me confirm that with you guys. And if this sucker can load faster, let me check. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Also, by the way, congratulations to Jason Hadaway for winning. Yes, they are racing this weekend. And there's Father Cody.
My job is saying right now is Nathan Stapleton.
Accepted! Yes, Pinty Series. There going to be some drivers that will be running double duty as far as concerned from trucks and the Pinties. So, Road America, the track that I was at a few months ago, we saw interesting races there in the past. Do you guys think at Road America we're going to see that going into this weekend, or do you think we're going to see it totally different?
America's going to be a very good also anytime I did, we're going to see a lot of great racing for the Xfinity Series at Road America.
What about you, Taylor?
Could be interesting. Fuel mileage could be a factor, depending on how the caution flags fall and everything. So, how many wrecks you see and stuff. So, fuel mileage is probably going to be a factor. Because it's going to be pretty wild.
Yeah, if you remember the videos I recorded for Road America during my trip, which is on YouTube, by the way, which is on my channel, I took a... But that was... We had to give Taylor a dirt point. What? Speedway, okay, Dad, would you please quit texting me while I'm trying to do my show? Thank you very much. Or me, said Cody. So, Taylor, what do you think we'll see at the Euro Speedway along with VIR as well? Hey, Taylor, what do you think we'll see at VIR and Euro Speedway? Same with you, Warman. Taylor, what about you?
I think it's a pretty good race at Hamilton. I think strategy should be a huge factor in the race. Never know, it could be a real race as well. So we'll have to see what happens. But
yeah. Yes, Cody is listening to Gangbangers. Gosh dang it! What was the clapping for, Taylor? Explain yourself. No, I said, what were you clapping for, Taylor, you derping grandpa? Nice derp, Taylor. I asked you who was clapping. Their privacy, and you just derped. I was not roasting you, you derping grandpa. Okay, so we thank Father Ormy for his nice motivational belch and is also his farting machine. Alright, let me make a change real quick. Accepted. Alright, let me make a couple of changes here. I need to add this to Taylor, Cody, Orman, and mine. If I don't derp, that's the problem though. Alright, I need to do this for Go Forth. Here we go. Alright. Wait, is this weekend the 25th? I just want to confirm it.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to add that to the... Okay, so let's get a key piece of the race for VIR.
My strategy is there'll be a lot of strategy and hopefully you'll have a good car. My second that would be the easiest Cody. Not accepted on them.
Alright.
I accepted Cody.
For me, accepted.
And I am naked, said Cody.
Not accepted, boys. Tails, I tied up Barbie foils.
Not accepted. Dadgummit, we tied up Cody's tender wife. No, I said not accepted, you derping grandpa.
Well, you like this one, because it sounded like you said accepted.
Chocolate sauce, I dream all night.
Too late, Orman. It's already not accepted.
So... Excuse me. Thank you. Dadgummit, we tied up Stapleton's tender girls.
Hey, Stapleton accepted.
Yes. Yes, we can. Alright. Also, Gateway coming up. I forgot to add this. What do you guys think we're gonna also see at Gateway? Wait, what? Alright. Oh, joy. Tame, learn? I did not accept it. Okay. Alright. Are you guys ready for some predictions? Yes. Predictions, by the way, are presented by Courtyard by Marriott. For those of you that do not know how our predictions go, it goes like this. Driver to win, driver to stay away from. Driver you predict as the dark horse. Which reminds me.
Oh.
Are you watching a show, or is that Orman's TV?
That's my TV.
Oh. I realize that Cody's watching SpongeBob, and SpongeBob's trying to make predictions. Lol.
Plus, I'm playing Simon too, so we can add that to the list.
What? Forgot, because... Hang on a second, I'll be right back. Yeah, but because my...
Not accepted! Anyway, guys, can accept the Ray in the PCSRA roasting chat. What are you doing? Accepted! I will accept that. Finally accepted! Not accepted!
I'll do it after I'm done. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. I was trying to see if the entry... Okay, what's going on? Not accepted, Cody. So next, Cody with a drive, Cody accepted. Accepted? Okay, the one about Taylor is accepted, but the one about me is not accepted. Okay.
The one about me is not accepted, but the one about Danny is accepted.
Oh, Joyland. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go through the prediction standings. Okay.
Smart has been ejected for excessive. Not accepted.
Alright, let's get into our predictions. Starting with the global standings, following the round of Pocono. This is what our standings look like. Cody Smart has the point lead, but he extended his gap to 16 points over Zachary Taylor. Taylor has 216 points to Cody's 232. I'm in third place with 190 points in the bank. Nathan Orman fourth, 187 points, and Cody Goforth is fifth with 154 points. David Heller sixth, Derek Hamill seventh, and Kyle Langland completes the group for the global standings. For the NASCAR standings coming in this weekend, Cody Smart continues to hold the point lead. He has a 15-point cushion over Nathan Orman. 93 points for Cody Smart. Nathan Orman has 78 points. 6 points back is myself with 72 points in the books. Zachary Taylor is fourth with 65 points, and he's the only one in the 60s. Kyle Langland fifth with 56 points. David Heller is sixth with 49 points. Cody Goforth is seventh with 46 points. Quentin Moore is eighth with 24 points. Ty Dent is ninth with 19 points. Derek Hamill completes the top 10 with 15. And Elijah is last with 8 points. So, yeah. Alright. Let me see if I have any updates on the Road America, and doesn't look like the entry lists are out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the global standings first, just to get that out of the way. First person to make his global predictions, the one and only Zachary Taylor. Oh, whoops, I hit the wrong button. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it, I hit the wrong button on my PlayStation. Now, let me tell you the order, how this is going to work. We're going to do DTM first. Actually, no, we're going to do V8 Supercars first, then DTM, then IndyCar. Okay?
Gotcha.
Alright, Taylor, kick off the V8 Supercar predictions. Race 21, race 22 are the races for Supercars to keep you updated. Alright. Go ahead, Taylor. Kick off the prediction party.
What are you doing, goofy dog?
Hang on. Give me 1 second. I need to do something real quick. Alright, sorry. I had to do that just because I didn't want to get copyrighted. Okay, Taylor, go ahead. Don't worry, Cody. I'll get your volume. I had to lower Cody's volume down so I can hear you. Okay? I'll turn it back up for Cody's volume. Alright, go ahead, Taylor. I didn't mute you, Cody. It's just I had to turn it down that way it didn't get copyright on SpongeBob, if you ask me. Okay, go ahead, Taylor. We're ready.
Alright, so I'm using a little bit of a different strategy here today. I do not have number one. So I am currently looking at the point standing.
Oh, good. You're stealing Cody Smart's method. Good job, Taylor.
Okay, my driver to stay away from for the first race for the V8 Supercar. I am going to say James Courtney is the driver to stay away from.
James Courtney. We always do global first just because we're waiting for the entry list for NASCAR to come out, so yay. Dark Horse, Taylor.
Okay, I am not particularly sure if this guy is going to be racing, but I want to make a bold prediction for my Dark Horse. And if he is not racing, then I'll have to change it. But I'm going to say Jack LeBrock is my Dark Horse.
I think he is racing. I'm not sure.
Well, if not, I will give you a new one.
Alright, you can do that in the DM with me. Your driver to win.
Alrighty. Okay, you know what? I thought about particularly one obvious pick, but you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take Jamie Whincup as my winner.
Wow. Race 22, stay away from.
Okay. I am going to say stay away from Tim Slade.
Tim Slade as the driver to stay away from. Dark Horse.
You know what? I'm going to take Will Davidson as my Dark Horse.
Will Davidson. And your driver to win.
Okay, I'm debating between a few different drivers here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for a little bit of an upset here in a way.
Oh boy.
I'm going to say Fabian Coulthard is a driver.
Ooh.
He is raging about his game.
Who's raging?
Cody.
Oh. Oh, that's because I turned the volume down because I didn't want him to interrupt the SpongeBob reference.
Well, applause, Cody.
I turned my TV down.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Back to the volume up. Okay. DTM Sprint, Taylor. Your stay away from driver there. Okay, Taylor, that was a nice little pep talk you just had for yourself.
Okay, then.
My driver I think you need to stay away from is who, Taylor?
Okay. I'm going to make a really crazy prediction on this. Now, I realize this driver is third in the points, but I'm going to take a risk. Marco Whitman is my driver to stay away from.
Ooh. Marco Whitman. Dark Horse.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to take Jamie Green as a Dark Horse.
Jamie Green as the Dark Horse. It's easy being green, in the words of Shrek. Just kidding. Okay, driver to win.
Okay, then.
It's a weird song for the Rush Hour Renegade. Okay, okay.
Okay, then. Okay. I I am going to say Joel Erickson is my driver to win.
All right. Feature driver stay away from.
Okay, this is where it's going to get tricky now. Okay, I will say Daniel Della is my driver to stay away from.
I'm gonna say Daniel J because I don't know how to say spell his last name because I'm trying to not derp.
Derps anyway.
I just put Daniel J, so that's good.
Let's see. For my dark horse.
Do you know Matt Benedetto gained like a crap load of followers on Twitter? That's crazy.
Okay. Okay, you know, for my dark horse, I'm going to take another risk. I am going to say Jonathan Aberdeen is my dark horse.
Jonathan, I can't even. What is it called?
Aberdeen. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Let me pull up. Is he in the standings?
Yeah, he is. He's 11th in the points right now, to be exact.
Okay, I got Aberdeen. Okay. Yay, I can spell it right. Wait, let me go ahead and get this one. Let me get the Daniel part.
Derp, Danny, derp. Derp, Danny.
I am not derping you, derping grandpa. Get you. Hey, the horny dogs are back in action. Nope, I didn't derp. I didn't derp. I just come. Alright, your driver to win then.
Okay. I'm gonna say Jamie Green is my driver to win.
Gosh dang it, why am I yawning?
Because you are yawning.
Alright, let me do this.
So, accepted.
Alright.
Taylor! Danggummit, he caught me.
Wait,
Did you? Yes, I did.
wait, you tied up his chicken wife? Congratulations.
What?
You're welcome, Father.
Accepted.
Oh, pirate lady sex man of Marco Whitman the 49th.
What?
Don't ask me, Taylor. I'm a derping girl.
Did he say the 5-letter word? No, he said the 2-letter word thing.
The what the?
Yeah. He just said the 2-word thing.
Oh gosh, Dick. Taylor's been ejected for excessive celebration. Taylor accepted. Taylor was ejected for signing baseball autographs to Little League World Series players, and Taylor accepted.
What?
That's what they did for the first pitch, is the Little Leaguers threw the first pitch.
Yeah, I know that, but okay then.
I think all the softball girls want to go after Stapleton. Accept it. Okay, Taylor. IndyCar!
Alright, let me get a drink first.
Okay, that's your drive to stay away from. Let me get a drink first.
And by the way, in case you're asking what world I'm drinking a berry flavored Gatorade. No, I'm not sure.
As usual.
Hey, you want to know something funny for a 2-word phrase points right now?
What?
So multiples of 7. Orman at 21, Danny at 14, Taylor at 7, and me at 0.
Oh,
7.
oh, Joyland.
Orman's doing terrible on points.
He's doing terrible because of chicken wing. Hey, by the way, Kaz Gralla is on the entry list. He's racing this weekend, so you might want to think about picking Kaz Gralla as possible dark horse. If you don't, you made a bad mistake. Taylor, driver stay away from.
Okay.
I just found out from Twitter, if you ask me.
Okay, for my driver to stay away from, I think I'm gonna go with James Hinchcliffe.
Alright, let me tell everybody. Okay, James Hinchcliffe is your driver to stay away from. Sorry, I hadn't put something in the Victory in Jesus chat.
Victory and naked Cody.
Accepted! Let me, yep. Let me copy this and I'll put it in the Victory in Jesus chat.
Accepted.
There you go for the proof, boys and girls. Yep.
What?
I just put in the Victory in Jesus chat about Casgralla coming back, so I might pick him. Alright, Dark Horse.
Victory and Sugar Kyle Bushman.
Accepted!
No, sure. Okay, my dark horse. I think I'm gonna go with Colton Herta as my dark horse.
Alright. Driver to win.
This is where it's gonna get tricky because I'm debating between like 20 trillion drivers here.
Even though there's not 20 billion drivers racing.
Well, I know, but I kind of exaggerated a little bit.
Well, I know, because Cody said he's going to smack anyone with a Chinese gravy.
What?
Okay.
It's not like I'm smacking people. That's like that said.
Dude, you're smacking Norman then, Cody.
Accepted.
Go ahead. Driver to win.
Okay. My driver to win. I'm gonna take San Antonio Ferrucci to win.
Wow.
I'm gonna take a risk.
Watch your wrist backfire. And then Cody's gonna laugh at you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Alright, next up for the global standings, Mr. Nathan Orman. Member, V8 Supercars, DTM, IndyCar. And Taylor's been ejected for excessive celebration. Taylor accepted.
That's gonna be tie.
We tied up, Cody go force cinder wave? Okay, accepted.
Accepted. You know what that is accepted.
Accepted? Did he accept his own roast? Sorry to cut you off, Orman. Okay. Go ahead, Orman.
My driver to win, I'm gonna say Sky Mac.
Scott McLaughlin, why are we not surprised? Okay, Billy Goat Taylor. Stay away from...
Stay away from,
Jamie Wincup? Alright.
of course. Coulthard.
Fabian Coulthard.
Are you gonna be right now?
I saw that one coming.
Be right now.
Oh, for Pete's sake, I'm dirt...
Right now.
Stupid keyboard, can you please cooperate today? Thank you. Race 22.
Driver to win. I'm gonna say driver to win, SVG.
Shane Van Gisberg.
Driver to stay away from Rick Kelly.
Rick Kelly.
Wait.
Of course. Winterbottom.
Mark Winterbottom. Alright. Frosty will frost you up into next year, kids. Alright.
You better mean the Sonic Frosty.
No, that's a nickname for Mark Winterbottom, according to Fitzy. Alright, go ahead. DTM.
DTM. Driver to win for the sprint race. Renee Rass.
Renee Rass. Ooh.
away from. And your 2P Dara.
Oh, the same one as Taylor's.
Cody better not look at his roasting chat.
Taylor?
And just at the same time.
Dark horse.
You.
Taylor, get accepted ready.
What? Okay, what was your dark horse, Orman?
Dark horse, Timo Claw.
Timo Glock.
Okay then, I will fix that. Danny accepted then.
Not accepted what you did. Cody? The part about me is not accepted, but the part about Cody and Taylor is accepted.
Okay then. Blame Greggy for that one. Well, that's really not a meme of me.
Alright.
I mean...
Feature race, Orman.
Wait, driver to win,
Princess Jasmine Smart accepted.
Accepted.
Taylor. Not accepted.
Spangler is gonna win.
Wait, who?
Spangler.
Bruno Spangler, okay.
I'm gonna say drivers to stay away from for the feature race, Timo Glock.
Oh.
Dark horse,
And an ooh point for Taylor.
Not accepted.
and Dark horse,
Boils.
that's my dark horse.
Who's your dark horse? Discord cut out, so.
Winning race.
Okay. Yeah, you said as dark horse. Alright. IndyCar, Ormy.
Not accepted. God damn it.
Because driver to win, he could do it again, Scott Dixon.
Ooh.
I think you.
Taylor put his pants down. Smack Cody accepted.
Yeah, driver to stay away from, Joseph Newgarden.
Danny accepted.
Not accept it. Hang on, Ormy. Cody? The part about me is not accepted, but the part about Taylor and Cody is accepted.
Yeah, hey, Cody, I made you trigger because one of your Penske drivers for IndyCar is my driver to stay away from.
Dark horse.
Dark horse, willpower.
Does he have the power? He's got the will enough to power. Power. Okay, that was a crummy pun. Alright.
That's what she said.
Oh my god.
That's what she said.
By the way, I did not accept it.
Cody accepted.
Hold on, I'm gonna do something before we get to Cody's picks.
Oh, Joy, what are you doing? If it's about me, I'm gonna smack you. If you're doing something to me, I am gonna smack you.
No, I think you're gonna like this one.
Right. Oh, I better get not accepted ready. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna be one that says, my house! Joy playing it.
Nice derp! Both of you, nice derp! Nice derp, both of you! Good job, you derping grandpas. I told you. If it says you two are kidnapping somebody, it should be accepted.
Well, I thought roasting me. Okay. It wasn't me.
No, you're helping
Yeah, I did myself.
Nice job, you derpy grandpas. Nice job, you derpy grandpas.
Joy to the
planet. You'll probably get accepted ready when you do this to Josie.
Oh, whoa. Okay, if you're doing something to Josie, I will accept it. Okay, I will accept that.
So will Cody.
What did you do? Oh, it's about Josie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of you are smacking Josie. Alright, Mr. Smart, you're up.
That means I'm gonna have to take a break from whatever I'm doing here. And V8 Supercars, I kinda sucked in, so I'm gonna look up the V8 Supercar standings.
Oh boy.
My strategy, personal foul, Cody Smart. Hey!
What?
Came up with that strategy in the first place, so
What?
personal foul goes to you, accepted.
Actually, it goes to both of you for stealing each other's grannies. They accept it.
Oh, what?
Not accepted. Dadgummit, we tied. Not accepted.
Okay, so...
Smacks Taylor. Taylor accepted.
Supercar series. It looks like Scott McLaughlin could lock in the championship pretty soon. Damn. Okay.
I don't know what's his magic number to clinch the title.
What are you doing now, Loyals?
Cody better get accepted ready.
Okay.
Don't look at the Norla roasting chat.
Army accepted.
And Cody approved.
Army accepted it. Oh, yes, he did.
Taylor will approve this.
So that means, according to the position, there are 30 possible positions. And the lowest amount of points they can get is 15 points. Interesting. So that means Kira's gonna have
I better get not accepted ready. Dadgummit! Shoot! Joy to the world.
Oh, Christmas horn, oh, Christmas horn, yeah, it's a Christmas horn. Oh, I did not say the word.
I thought you were gonna roast me, Taylor. Okay. Uh-oh.
So, you guys do.
But Cody accepted what I said about you smacking Ormy.
What? Not accepted. Too late, Ormy. You already accepted it.
Okay, David Heller II.
Oh, joy. Okay, let me see here. So, according to Sanzia, isn't it really a true full-time driver that tends to be a driver to stay away from all the time? So here's what I'm going to say. And this is going to go for both races, because I think it's going to happen for 2 weekends in a row for 2 people. The driver to win the first race. Let me see who's been winning the first races recently. Yeah. Jimmy Wynn Cup won the last first race. Scott
Accepted.
Won the previous races.
At least I did not vote for it.
So here's what it looks like. It looks like by the looks of this, it appears that Scott McLaughlin has had sweep weekends before except now. So for the driver to win for both races, he's Scott McLaughlin.
Whatever you do, Cody, do not look at what I did to Orman in the Norla roasting chat.
Hold on. Okay, so... What the hell? I'm gonna tell you what's going on in that roasting chat. Ormy, you got it wrong. No, it's
Not accepted.
One thing you dirt.
No. Barbie is panties. Ormy is Tinkerbell. Cookie is accepted. Ormy accepted. Okay, boys, I'm ready. So, the job and win both weekends is Scott McLaughlin.
Alright, so both races.
For God's sake.
I was gonna put something funny.
Hello, accepted.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Naked Alan Taylor.
Accepted.
Taylor better not look at what I just did. Oh, whoops.
So, the job I stay away from for both races is gonna be like a person back. Me accepted.
Okay, who was the driver stay away from?
Simona Di Savastro. For both races. Simona Di Savastro.
Hold on, my dad keeps texting. I'll fix it later. Not accepted. Oh, I got. That is it. You're getting it now. Alright. So, Simona Di Silvestro is your stay away from driver for both races. Who would be your dark horse for both races? Oh, you.
Dark horse for both races will be Jamie Wincup.
Alright. Are you kidding me right now?
What?
No, I'm stealing Orman's song.
Are you kidding me right now? Accepted.
Alright.
Cody, so what's next?
DTM.
Right now.
DTM would be next.
Okay, so let me take a look at the DTM standings then. Oh. I don't accept that right now.
Ormy got pregnant women right now.
Accepted.
Oh, for Chinese sex of milkmaid.
So I did get my predictions correct for driver to win, and I believe both races last time, which is interesting. So driver to win the DTM sprint races, he's done it for a good chunk of times this season, so I think he's gonna do it again with the sprint races. Driver to win, Marco Whitman.
Marco Whitman.
Yep. Driver to stay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Cody.
What?
And RIP, we're playing something, you know what I mean? Brian Keselowski won the shootout.
Yeet. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so let me take a look at my drivers, okay? Okay. Driver to stay away from. He hasn't earned any points in quite a while, it seems like. So I'm gonna pick Ferdinand Vern Hansberg. Again, there's my driver to stay away from. Might as well do that for both races.
Alright, let me make sure I get his name spelled right.
Did you just say his name is Sprite? Is that what you just said?
No, spelled right, you derping grandpa.
Well, blame Discord, because Discord sounds, on mine, it sounds like you said his name's Sprite. So you can blame.
Joy to the world.
Yeah! Christmas point, think it's a Christmas point.
Silent night. Alright, your dark horse.
My dark horse, and I might as well say this for both races as well, because I don't think he's going to win the races, is Nico Mueller.
Nico Mueller. For both races?
Yeah. Danny and his love
So you want Marco Whitman as the driver to win for the feature race, or no?
No, I do not. Because it seems like he hasn't won a single race. And most times it looks like he's been the driver to stay away from in the featured races. So, my driver to win for the feature race will be Renee Rest.
Alright. Okay, so before we get to my predictions, let me... Oh, wait.
What about the IndyCar?
Oh, yeah, IndyCar, I forgot. Duh. I'm stupid.
Good job. That's a dirt point for Danny.
Joyland.
Yes, it will be. Okay, let me take a look at the 2018 IndyCar Gateway results. From Gateway. Let's see. Gateway. Let me see. I do not mean last week, you derping website. Oh, man. Let me see the results, please. From group, was that Gateway? Yes, it was. So it says here that Will Power won last year. He already won. Alvin Rossi came in second. Scott Dixon third. Passionate fourth. Zach Beach, how about that? I could maybe consider him as a dark horse. Spencer Piggott, Joseph Newgarden, Ed Jones, Cavassado, Graham Rahal, Pedro Phillip. Let's see someone else now. Okay, here I go. So, driver to win for IndyCar. Taking a look at these stats here, I am going to pick a driver who could be looking for it might be a risky move on my end, but it appears that with him coming close to winning last year's race in the first place, I think he could be looking for some redemption here last week. So my driver to win is going to be Alexander Rossi. Again, that's kind of a riskier driver to stay away from. Well, if he's not broke, don't fix it. Picking Mateus Lisa's driver to stay away from.
Not Margie's, you stupid phone. Yeah, my phone wanted to spell Margie as the driver to stay away from. Like, no, you stupid phone. Your dark horse.
My dark horse is going to be... I'm going to pick, yet again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Joseph Newgarden.
Alright. So before I get to my predictions, let me just tell you who Cody Goforth made for Global. For IndyCar, he said Joseph Newgarden is the driver to win, Will Power is the driver to stay away from, and Scott Dixon as the dark horse. For DTM, which I don't know why I have it twice, there we go. For Sprint, for DTM, he says Renee Rast is the driver to win, Ferdinand Hasberg is the driver to stay away from, Mike Rockenfeller is the dark horse. Then he picked for feature Ferdinand Hasberg as the driver to win, Nico Mueller is the driver to stay away from, Jamie Green as the dark horse. For V8 Supercars, he said SVG is the driver to win, Rick Kelly is the driver to stay away from, and Scott McLaughlin as the dark horse. For race number 2, if I can get this last name right, and I can't even spell his last name, screw it. He said Scott McLaughlin is the driver to win, Mark Winnebaum is the driver to stay away from, and Fabian Coulthard as the dark horse. C-O-U. Alright, so it is my turn for the global standings. Hooray. So let me kick off with the supercar. So the driver I think is going to win the supercar race, I am going to say Scott McLaughlin for both races.
Are you kidding me right now?
So Scott McLaughlin for both races. Okay, my first driver to stay away from. You know what? Stay away from Mark Winterbottom
Are you kidding me right now?
for race 21. As I just hit the wrong button. Good job, Oils. Hang on.
It's happening right now.
Cancel. Go back. There we go. My dark horse for race 21. SVG. Race 22's driver to stay away from.
Horse Taylor accepted.
Rick Kelly is my driver to stay away from.
Cody accepted.
My dark horse.
And my phone is ringing.
Hey, the Mr. Bruh deal we haven't heard in a long time. Fabian Coulthard is my dark horse. For DTM, Sprint. My Sprint driver to win for DTM. Nico Mueller is my driver to win for Sprint.
I gotta go. See ya.
Alright, see ya. Don't forget your NASCAR picks, Ormy. Driver to stay away from for the Sprint race. Marco Whitman.
Children.
My dark horse is the Horny Dogs. I'm just kidding. My real dark horse, Renee Rass. And I accept it. Feature. My driver to win for the feature race, I'm going to take Mike Rockenfeller. My driver to stay away from, Jamie Green as my driver to stay away from. And not accepted, Taylor. My dark horse, Marco Whitman. For IndyCar, my driver to win, I will agree with Cody Smart. Joseph Newgarden. Driver to stay away from. I'm going to say Marcus Ericsson is the driver to stay away from. Dark horse, Santino Ferrucci. Horny said. Okay, so I found an interesting stat before we get to the NASCAR predictions. Lewis Hamilton 10 podiums, Bottas 9, Seb has 6, Charles has 5, Verstappen 5, Kvyat 1.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting indeed. Oh, hey, guess what, boys? The entry lists are out. Oh my god, 28 trucks? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Accepted.
Who's Nick Hammond? Huh. Look at all these names. Hey Taylor, look at the Victory in Jesus chat. Alright. Let me... How about that? We waited for the right time for the entry list. Jason White. Nice to see him back. So nobody's going home, if I'm correct.
Wait, where's she going, Cody?
Alright, let me put the entry list. Alright guys, I'm gonna put the entry list in the chat.
I mowed the lawn, then I took a shower. I just got out of the shower. You called me on the phone.
That's a one-way trip for randomness on the weekly show, eh? Which one was that? That was trucks, okay. Here's Xfinity. 39. I'm surprised there's 39 entries.
Joy.
Dexter Bean's back. I don't know this whatever driver is. The one in the 99. I need somebody to help me out with that driver.
I'm not particularly sure.
Let me ask somebody.
No, that is not what I want you to do, you derping phone.
Let me tell him. For Xfinity. Alright. Hey Taylor, do you want to send the entry list to Elijah in his DM?
Yeah, I can do that later.
Who's Dick Carth? Huh. I need to ask Brian. Regan Smith is back in the 8. Huh. These are weird, interesting, Hot Scream, not surprised. Matt Benedetto. Okay, how many of you guys are betting the 17's gonna withdraw, leaving us with 38? Alright. Now that we got the entry list. Wait, let me get the entry list into the NIRA chat. That's trucks. And here's Xfinity.
Not accepted.
Alright, Cody, I got you the entry list. It's in the weekly show chat. Alright. Taylor, back to you for your predictions for the NASCAR side.
Okay. For my drive to stay away from.
Let me find your predictions. Hang on, Taylor. Let me find yours. Okay. Go ahead. Truck series. Let's do trucks and Xfinity.
I would say Matt Blackman driver to stay away from.
Ooh. Your dark horse.
This is going to be an interesting prediction to make. I'm gonna say Alex Tagliani is the dark horse.
You know, he's running double duty this weekend, Taylor.
Oh.
You know, he's running the Pinty series. L-I... Okay, I was making sure to spell it right. Okay, driver to win, Taylor.
Okay, I am going to say Tyler Ingram is the driver.
Whoa, you're going bold, my friend.
Cody's naked right now. Not accepted right now. Dadgummit.
Alright, Xfinity.
Okay, I could go a lot of directions with all this. Okay, my driver, I am going to pick to stay away from. I'll say stay away from Noah Gragson.
Ooh. I think I got some tough picks for Xfinity. This one's going to be really a tough one. Your dark horse.
Okay, my dark horse, I'm going to say Kaz.
Kaz Gralla. Driver to win. Ooh. Alright, back to Cody.
I got game up again.
Yeah, I got you the entry list, so you're welcome, Cody. Cody's like, who's this driver? 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 Ryan Varga. Tristan Allen in the victory in Jesus chat.
Oh, that might be tough picking drivers away from it, because that might withdraw for starter. It's gonna get all screwed up. So, I think I already may have decided who my driver to win Canada, possibly. Let me see. So my driver to win for Canada, here's what's gonna happen. More like, wait a minute, Grant Enfinger did pretty good at Canada. Brett Moffitt did pretty good in Canada. 2 playoff drivers right there. Alex Aguiani for Cowboys Motorsports. He tended to do good in Canada,
Bobby Reuse is making his first start with Hill Motorsports.
Did you say Roger Rios?
No, I said Bobby Reuse.
Okay. So Bobby.
We want to thank Taylor for that nice motivational belt. Oh, Roger Reuse is replacing Corey Roper in the 04. Oh God, 2 Reuse drivers? Good Lord. What? I didn't know they were brothers.
Driver to win. I'm probably going to pick Brett Moffitt to win 2 in a row.
Wow.
Because he did do good in Canada before. So, I mean, he's bound to win it. Driver to stay away from, if it's any of the playoff drivers who could see themselves to get into trouble, especially with a new team, because it seems like the teams that are usually front runners throughout most of the season are the ones who don't struggle. And with Crosley, DJ Crosley, they could have some trouble, and they already had some trouble thus far. I would choose Tyler Ingram as the driver to stay away from.
Alright.
I should have picked him last week. I almost picked him last week, and guess how many points it costed me?
A chunk.
Yeah. Not accepted right now. Not accepted right now.
Okay, I never thought not accept it right now would be a thing. Yeah.
And my dark horse is going to be, I know this can be a risky move, but the team did good in Canada last year, and with his talent, I'm sure he can put with that pretty good with a top tier truck. So I'm picking Austin Hill as the dark horse.
Austin Hill is a dark horse. For Road America. Say big money at Road America. Would you say Road America money?
Okay, so the driver who is going to Road America, this is interesting because you get 2 real contenders. And those are Matthew Benedetto and Austin Centric. Never thought I would put Austin Centric as any contender race win. So, you know what? I'm pretty sure Benedetto was triggered at Denny Hamlin last week. Let's change that, shall we? I'm probably gonna make a bold pick when I say driver to win Road America, Matthew Benedetto.
Wow.
Because remember Michael McDowell, he had a one-off start for Top Team Xfinity, and guess what he did? He
One.
won the race. So now Matthew Benedetto's coming into play, so he'll probably do the same thing. For drivers to stay away from, there are some very interesting people making their debuts who are going to fail big.
Well, here's the thing. The only way for... I'm gonna bet you the 17 might withdraw, which would leave us with 38.
driver to stay away from? Tommy Joe Martin's kind of scared me at Mid-Ohio, so instead of him, I'm going to pick, chances are that 99 is going to make the race, so Loris Hazeman.
If he makes the race. Keyword if.
I'm pretty sure that 99 can make the race.
Well, the only way he would make it is if somebody withdraws. Oh, no. I want...
Owner's points, but I am pretty confident that the 99 is going to make the race. I'm very confident.
I might pick an underdog dark horse. Okay, your dark horse.
Hold on, I'm checking owner's points. Checking the freaking owner's points here, just to see where they're at. And you look for Steve Racing. RRS Racing 38 is 38, that doesn't matter. Next RRS Racing is at 93, and they are 32nd. Points, they don't count neither. So, RRS Racing 39, then where the heck is the 99?
Cody is triggered. Cody accepted.
Not accepted. Too late. Race not accepted. Is that their first start?
I don't know if it is or not.
Okay.
I'm about to put the... There you go, David. There's trucks. Because the only way we'd have 38 is if somebody withdraws.
Oh, no. Daggum, I think it's their first start. I might have to change that.
I thought you were about to faint for a second there, mate.
I wouldn't do that. Okay, well, this is not good. Not good at all. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna keep it for now. If he somehow manages to not make the race, then it's BJ McLeod Morris 4. That's why.
Cody's officially triggered. Cody accepted.
Accepted.
I said it first.
Oh,
Dadgummit, we tied up Stormy's wife.
and BJ McLeod Morris is 25th in points. Okay, they're good. They're gonna make the race. 25th in points, they're gonna make the race. My dark horse is going to be easily Austin centric.
Alright. Alright, let me tell you who everybody else picked. For Cody Goforth, here's what he said. Stuart Friesen is a driver to win for Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Matt Crafton, driver to stay away from. Sheldon Creed as the dark horse. For Road America, he said John Hunter Nemechek as the driver to win. Justin Haley, driver to stay away from. Jeremy Clements as the dark horse. For... let me go scrolling down. Kyle Langland, this is what he said. Tyler Ankrum is the driver to win. Todd Gillen as the driver to stay away from. Sheldon Creed as the dark horse. For Road America, he said Austin Cindric as the driver to win. John Hunter Nemechek, driver to stay away from. Jeremy Clements as the dark horse. Ty Dent picked Ben Rhodes as the driver to win the trucks. Matt Crafton, driver to stay away from. Tyler Ankrum as the dark horse. For Xfinity at Road America, he said Jeremy Clements is the driver to win. Chase Briscoe is the driver to stay away from. And Austin Cindric as the dark horse. For David Heller, he said for trucks, if I can go back down here because it screwed me for some reason. David Heller said Stuart Friesen is the driver to win. Sheldon Creed is the driver to stay away from. Tyler Ankrum as the dark horse. For Xfinity, he said Regan Smith is the driver to win. His dark horse is Justin Allgaier. And his driver to stay away from, Michael Annette. So now it's back to me. So my driver to win for the Truck Series race. I'm going to say Tyler Ankrum as the driver to win. Driver to stay away from. He just does not run very well at this track. Unfortunately, I'm going to say he's never run at this track before. Spencer Boyd is my driver to stay away from. Dark horse. I'm going to take Tagliani. Alex Tagliani as my dark horse. For Xfinity at Road America, I think Cody and Taylor both made a mistake. They should have picked this driver. Justin Allgaier is my driver to win. Driver stay away from. Once again, Cody and Taylor should have picked this driver because it's not been a big surprise, to tell you the truth, but if there's one person I just don't see them running well at Road America, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to say stay away from Chase Briscoe. My dark horse, I'm going to give an underdog a shout out. Now, I was a toss-up on who I think could make it, depending if somebody ends up withdrawing. But I'm gonna go with Matt DiBenedetto as my dark horse. Yep, the DeBurrito. I would like to see Matt DiBenedetto pull off a big upset. So yeah. All right. Cody and Taylor, let's start off with your final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up the show. Taylor, I'll start with you. Go ahead, Taylor. All right, see you, Cody. All right, your takeaway, Taylor.
Well, I think we'll see a good race coming up. I mean, who knows? We're going to see some just throws, who knows? Depending on what happens throughout the race, but strategy and fuel mileage just be a factor. We'll see some good racing.
Yep. For me, I really think, there's going to be some questions asked as to whether or not Pocono will be back next year, but, we'll just have to wait and see what happens as far as that's concerned. So, if this is the last race at Pocono, it's a farewell if you ask me. So. What?
Are you going to go?
I'm getting ready to go in a sec.
I'm talking to you.
Anyway. No, I'm not. I'm doing a show. Anyway. Alright, I will see you later, Taylor. Anyway, so let's give you a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA weekly show events presented by Andy's Frozen Custard, as Mom won't stop complaining as I'm trying to get my shoes ready. Next week, we're going to recap VIR. We're going to recap Road America. Hold on. Let's try that again. We're going to recap Road America, VIR, Euro, Speedway, all those good races we got this weekend. We'll take you through the breaking news stories between now and then. We'll give you your paint schemes as far as that for our news and notes in today's NR report. And then we will look ahead to the great races. We have Portland, I believe, for IndyCar, Darlington for the Monster Energy Cup Series as they're back from their off week. Xfinity will race there. And the return of F1 for the Belgium Grand Prix. That should be a lot of fun. So that's a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA weekly show events presented by Andy's Frozen Custard. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud partner of the PCSRA weekly show. We remind our friends together that we can end DUI. Visit enduyok.com for more details. I want to thank Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart, and Nathan Norman for joining us for the show today. Our statistician, Caleb Hobbs, producer and engineer, Zachary Fitzwater, Jackie Tang, and Alex Hawkins, and Greg Retz running the show for us back in our PCSRA Network studios. Final score one final time in preseason week 2 of the NFL 2019. It was my Tampa Bay Buccaneers 16 and the Miami Dolphins 14. Until next week, When we recap Road America, Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, VIR, the Euro Speedway, Ben for the V8 Supercars, take it through the breaking news stories between now and then, paint teams preview, sports and NR news if any, and we look ahead to Darlington Raceway for NASCAR, F1 back up their summer break in Belgium, and Portland for IndyCars. This is Daniel Voles saying, Boomer Sooner, everybody.
This PCSRA Weekly Show broadcast has been brought to you by Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Stores. For over 51 years, it's the proud sponsor of the PCSRA Weekly Show. The PCSRA Weekly Show was also brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where together we can end DUI. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the PCSRA Sports Network. Copyright 2019 by the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association.